Anywhere, always there. We are the MSA Sports Network.
Welcome to exclusive coverage of the 2016 Pennsylvania Cup State Championships, only here on the Management Science Associates Sports Network. The high school hockey state finals at MSAsports.net are sponsored in part by First Commonwealth Bank, by Carlow University, by Progress, by Dunkin' Donuts, by the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena, by J&J Distributing, and by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Pegula Ice Arena at Penn State University. As today on the MSA Sports Network, it's the 2016 Pennsylvania Cup State Championships in Class AA between the Penguins Cup representative Bishop Canevin Crusaders and the Flyers Cup representative Central Bucks South Titans. I'm Sean Meyers alongside my broadcast colleague Kevin Zielmanski. And Kevin, this is an interesting scenario. It is a rematch of the 2014 Pennsylvania Cup between these two teams. That one went in favor of Central Bucks South, the Titans prevailing. Certainly a game you're very familiar with. You were the head coach for the Crusaders in that contest. A lot has changed over 2 years, but two great teams back at the state level here at the Pegula Ice Arena. What do you expect in this one, and what maybe can be learned from the matchup 2 years ago?
Well, the first thing that's different, Central Bucks West, they played in brown jerseys 2 years ago, so now they're wearing purple and black. But other than that, this is a team that's on a roll. They're 24-1, 17-0 in the the Suburban Scholastic Hockey League. They're coming in really on a roll. What caught us off guard 2 years ago was how fast and physical they played. I think it's just a different style of hockey out east versus how we play in the West. So we really didn't adjust well to that during that game. Bishop Canevin has undergone or seen a huge turnover in their roster in 2 years. Even this season, when I resigned back in May, the roster was very small. It was about 8 skaters and 2 goalies. And throughout the course of the summer and even at the beginning of this season, they've been adding players. A few of them have come from as foreign exchange students. So it's a club that really caught fire in the second half, and then in the playoffs. I took it as they just sort of won the game in front of them, advanced, and then all of a sudden they were in the finals where they played probably one of their best games of the year to defeat
Mars, the Fighting Planets, yes.
5-1. You know, and they also beat Latrobe in their first playoff game 5-1. So those, from talking to the people I know, they're just two of the best games they played all season.
Also a 4-2 victory over Baldwin, sandwiched in between.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is a team that's certainly playing its best hockey of the campaign. And as you mentioned, it was a good but not great regular season for the Crusaders as they finished with 31 points in the Western Conference. Good for third place, 15-6-1. But once you start the Penguins Cup, everyone has a record of 0-0. It was the best team, and they got a lot of support in their own end, in particular a goalie that was just playing his best hockey of his career, Nico Borghini, throughout the Penguins Cup postseason.
Yeah, I have pretty good perspective on his improvement and evolution. I thought he was tremendous against Baldwin, not only making the volume of saves, but it was the critical saves. They were very timely. He made a few huge saves prior to Thomas Kreback scoring with 47.2 seconds to go to get the game winner. And then against Mars, they had 41 shots on goal. He stopped 40 of them. Some of them were spectacular. Others, Mars just wasn't challenging him very much. So he played a tremendous game, probably one of the best I've ever seen him play. So he's been a story, no doubt, as their success, but also the team play in front of them in that game defensively was really outstanding. Their defensemen in particular, Kuzma had a goal and assist. I thought he was outstanding. I thought that Tomas Krukowski on D and also Oliver on D were just really stalwarts there, playing the body, not allowing too many people to get in front of Nico. So it was a really impressive defensive effort for the Crusaders.
Well, they're going to need a tremendous defensive effort because when you look at Central Bucks South in the Flyers Cup playoffs, just complete domination. They earned the #1 seed, did the Titans. They win their opening round game 9-2 against Avongrove, and then a 10-0 victory against Parkland, a 9-0 victory against Haverford High, and then a much more competitive contest against #2 seed Downington East in the championship. That one 3-2 in favor of Central Bucks South, and that sets up this matchup. The Titans got great offense. They also got some great goaltending as Kevin Dorozinski surrendered only 4 goals in those 3 games, had a goals against of 1.36 and a save percentage of .927. So good offense, great defense for the Titans. That's a recipe for some good hockey. On the other side for Bishop Cannon, we mentioned the Crusaders come in on a high note, winning the Penguins Cup championship behind their sophomore goaltender. And you got here a couple years ago with a great goaltender. You said things are different on this stage.
Yeah, the pressure of the state finals, you don't know how sometimes they're going to react. And, you know, that game, we had a goalie that was playing very well coming off a shutout in the Penguin Cup final, and he just didn't have a good game. So we'll see how both sides react today.
Turn it over for the national anthem. Opening puck drop just a few minutes away here at Pegula Ice Arena. It is the Pennsylvania Cup Class AA Championship between Bishop Canevin and Central Bucks South. We'll take a quick break, get you set for that opening puck drop. You are listening to and watching the 2016 Pennsylvania Cup State Championships. It's only here on the MSA Sports Network.
Right now, when you refer a friend to open a new personal or business checking account at First Commonwealth Bank, you can earn a generous cash reward. It doesn't even have to be a friend. Could be a relative. Could be a Bruins fan. Could be that guy over there with the weird hair thing going on. It doesn't matter. Refer anyone to open an account and it will really pay off for you. They'll even get a cash reward themselves, no matter who they root for. First Commonwealth Bank, member FDIC. Learn more at a local branch or visit fcbanking.com.
Hit the ice at Mount Lebanon Ice Center, offering the most comprehensive instructional programs in the area, including hockey, figure skating, and learn-to-skate classes for all ages and ability levels. Classes start soon along with senior and developmental hockey leagues. Mount Lebanon Ice Center also hosts Friday night teen skates and Friday after-school skates for younger children. Birthday party packages also available. Mount Lebanon Ice Center, serving the South Hills for more than 35 years. Call 412-561-4363 or go to mountlebanon.org.
Own your piece of hockey history with a Penguins game-used jersey. Visit J&J Distributing at www.jjdistributing.biz and check out one of their largest selections of Penguins game-worn jerseys from your favorite Pens, past and present. Or call 724-752-1556. J&J Distributing buys, sells, and trades some of hockey's most prized possessions, including the Penguins game-worn jerseys, Penguins practice jerseys, minor league jerseys, and new and game-used equipment. Browse their inventory today at www.jjdistributing.biz.
Who says you can only enjoy breakfast in the morning? And who says you can only enjoy it one type of way? At Dunkin' Donuts, breakfast is delicious any kind of way, any time of day. A breakfast craving can strike any time, whether it's morning, noon, or night. Dunkin' has the perfect combination of breakfast deliciousness to satisfy any craving. Bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant, ham, egg, and cheese on an English muffin. All your favorites anytime you want them. Stop by Dunkin' for breakfast anytime. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary.
Back here at the Pegula Ice Arena, just a few minutes away from opening puck drop in the Class AA Pennsylvania Cup State Championship. I'm Sean Meyers alongside my broadcast colleague Kevin Zielmanski. And Kevin, this is an interesting scenario, this matchup, East versus West, Penguins Cup champion versus Flyers Cup champion. And as we saw in the first contest today, a 6-0 victory for the Flyers Cup representative Bayard Rustin as they knocked off Franklin Regional. The start is so important for these Penguins Cup champions because a lot of time they're playing a top-notch team from the Philadelphia area. How important is it to get off to a good start, and how important is it to try to early diagnose the strengths and weaknesses of your opponent? Because quite frankly, you probably don't see a lot of this team and have very little familiarity with a team that plays about 5 or 6 hours away from Pittsburgh.
Right. I'll kind of describe what happens after the Penguin Cup. Everyone immediately tries to tap into all their resources to try to get some information about the opposite end of the state. In 2011, I tapped into someone that was working for the Flyers that used to play for me at Central and got some information. Now, most of the time, they're just going on the internet, printing out the statistics, kind of getting an idea for who the big scorers are. Out east, they have a little bit of advantage because they tap into our network and they watch the game. They don't have anything that compares to the MSA network, so we're not really able to get much from them other than the information there. So you're right. Early in the game, you're trying to get a feel for their lines. It probably takes a period to really assess, what they might be doing tactically or so. So you might not have time to adjust to that. So you're really trying to get certain matchups. Central Buck South is going to benefit from the last change there. So if they want to do any matchups, they're going to get the last change. We had it a couple years ago, and you're just trying to make sure you had the right defense in on against certain forwards. So it's a little different, for instance, than in Ohio, where they do a Final Four, Frozen Four type setup, where they split the state and then fours, and then they all meet in Columbus for 4 teams, so you can watch the other semifinal. So it's one game you see at least. You can show up if you're the second game, watch the first one, or stick around. So I don't know if we'll ever move to that in Pennsylvania, but at least you have a look there one time. Here you're kind of coming in blind, and you're doing the best you can, and your focus really is on your play. You want to play well, you want to do the things that you do well, and then hopefully tweak a few things. But the first goal was big. 2 years ago we had a goal wave in the first period, and I thought it would have been really, really beneficial for us if we would have got that early lead, because it just allows your guys to settle quickly.
And for those that are tuning in for the live video stream provided by Jess Levo manning the camera, Bishop Canevin wearing the road jerseys. It's the navy blue with the light blue trim and the white numbers. And for the Titans, they are wearing the home white jerseys with the blue trim and the blue numbers. Bishop Canevin will be going left to right. Conversely, Central Buck South will be going right to left. And let's take a look at the starting goalkeepers in this contest. Is just checking to make sure. Is that we have King, I believe?
No, King was just picking up the pucks.
Okay.
That's the backup's job. The starter's not going to pick up the puck. So King picking him up and should see the same goal you expected.
Yeah, Kevin Dorozinski, as we mentioned, he had been between the pipes in the Flyers Cup playoffs for Central Buck South and had a really nice run. That is him wearing number 20. His goals against 1.36 in the playoffs, 51 saves. On the other side, the goalie that also comes in riding a wave of momentum, Nico Borghini, and you know about him a lot, and you said he's made some great strides from freshman year to sophomore year, but this is going to be a difficult situation. You figure he's going to have to be one of the best players for Bishop Canevin in this contest.
Yeah, anytime you're playing with a championship hockey, you need your goaltending to be stellar, and I'm sure he's going to see a ton of shots. He used to struggle a lot in the long shots, so we'll see how it goes tonight as the first play is offsides. But
quick whistle just 6 seconds into this contest here at Penn State University, the meeting of East versus West, as the draw will come just outside the defensive zone of the Titans.
And you mentioned East and West. It's kind of unique to Pennsylvania because of the separate population, the big population bases there. So I think the states here are a lot different than other places.
And the meeting pretty much right here in the middle of Philadelphia and Pittsburgh at State College. Beautiful new Pegula Ice Arena in its 3rd year in existence and 3rd year that it's hosted the Pennsylvania Cup Finals, as Bishop Canevin dumps in a backhand, bounces in on Dorzinski, and he makes a save, decides to hang on and get a stop. It was 2 quick whistles in the first 26 seconds of this tilt.
Yeah, a little backhand flip by Bosnick right outside the blue line, and it hopped. That's an indication a little bit on the ice there, or the pucks are soft, and Dorzinski decided to hang on to it.
Andrejko wins the draw shot right off of the faceoff, goes high over the cage for the Crusaders, and now the Titans try going behind the net. Poking away is Dorzinski. That's going to allow CB South to exit the zone, now into the neutral zone, and Stoll dumps it deep the other way, and an opportunity. Puck came out in front. Now a backhand attempt doesn't go for CB South, and Bishop Canevin, the first team to the puck, but can't get the clear. Tough angle shot steered away by Borghini. Now he comes out to try to cover it up, and he is able to get the glove on top of it to get the whistle, but a little bit of pressure there by the Titans, including a shot from a tough angle, forcing the Bishop Canevin Crusaders goalie to make his first save of this game.
Good forecheck by the Titans. Kuzma stepped up right at the blue line, and they were able to push it past him, as Kuzma's partner wasn't able to beat the forechecker to the puck. So that allowed them to get a little pressure and get some shots on goal. And you got to look at Nico. His technique is not refined, but he's just doing a great job stopping pucks. Made a blocker save, and then he reached out and gloved that rebound.
Conroy's shot doesn't make it through, hit off of a body in front. It was Kuzma that was in front of it. Now the team's battling for it, and Titans come up with a centering pass, and that shot never got through. That was right in the slot, but blocked away defensively by the Crusaders, and what could have been a golden opportunity. And now centering pass, that one comes back out to the blue line. Fanning on the attempt that time, and the second shot does go through for Conroy, but misses wide of the cage. Titans with some sustained pressure here. Now Bishop Canevin able to poke it out, and that's going to lead to a transition opportunity. As a nice shot by Krivak, and now Bishop Canevin trying to keep it in his zone, but a backhand pass misguided, and it's going to come back out to the neutral zone.
Back to the first line, the starting line for the Crusaders. They'll mostly play 2 this game.
Matzinger fires it in wide of the cage. Long rebound off of the boards, comes out to the neutral zone. Glove down by Bishop Canevin, and Bosnick dumps it deep. Easy exit for the Titans, however, and the pass up through center does not connect. That allows Bishop Canevin to regain control, but neither team sharp on those passes through center ice at this juncture. Now a big hit delivered by the Crusaders. It's that time.
Oliver.
Yeah, that was Gian Oliver laying the lumber on the blue line for Bishop Canevin, and now the Crusaders get it deep as retreating back is Thomas Liberta for CB South. Kept in by the Crusaders. Long shot misses. Glove side backhand opportunity. Also not on goal, but Bishop Canevin now getting a little bit of offensive zone time, although a turnover allows CB South to get it out to center ice.
Good pressure there by Tack and Rabchik for the Crusaders. Tack threw that backhand, tried to bounce it off the back of Dorzinski there, but Dorzinski was able to get near the post and prevent it from rolling down his back. But I think everything started with that hit that you mentioned. I think Oliver's hit kind of gave him a little bit of life, and they were able to get in the offensive zone.
CB South called for the icing as Koblik spun around and tried throwing it deep, but he had not gotten to center red. That's going to allow the Crusaders to get an offensive zone draw.
Bosnick's going to try to pull it to Kuzma again. Left-handed, right-handed shot. Kuzma moving up from the left point. Wasn't able to win it.
Face-off won by the Titans as it goes back to Connor Matzinger. He can't get it out, however. Now it's popped high into the air, and that puck looked like it hit the netting, but they're going to say it's still in.
Hit the top of the glass, and they just played on. Like right on top of the glass.
Now CB South enters the offensive zone with some speed. Centering pass redirected that one off of a defenseman. That was Kuzma, never went on the goal, but the Crusaders can't clear it. Now the Titans have it down low. Centering pass doesn't connect. Intercepted by Bishop Canevin. as Lucas Krukowski gets it deep. Matzinger gives chase. He reverses it. Nice D-to-D passing as Liberta has some time to skate it out. Can't get it out of the zone. However, we've seen a few of those turnovers. Bishop Canevin, first team to the puck. And now a nice outlet by the Titans. Tough angle shot blocked. And that one will go out of play as Jackson Koblik couldn't get that one through. And we've seen a pretty even start to the first 4 minutes of this contest.
Yeah, it has been. It seems each time the first line has been on for the respective teams, they've been able to put a little pressure on. So I don't think either team's really had an advantage. I think if you're the Crusaders, you want to watch out for 81 Bechtel. He's on a roll with 10 points in the playoffs so far. He was the one that brought it over the offensive blue line on his last shift, trying to get a decent shot here.
2 shots apiece as CB South pokes the draw forward behind the cage. Now a centering pass goes through everyone. This is going to go the length of the ice. No icing because it was the Titans that tried that pass.
Koblik tried to center. You got to be careful. You can't just send it where it ends up all the way down your end of the ice. You got to be sure you can connect.
Another errant pass. This time will go for an icing against Central Bucks South. So the Titans not exactly crisp in the early going on their passes, and that's going to allow an offensive zone draw coming for the Crusaders.
And Sean, when you're behind the net there, you got to make sure you could see your designated target when you're passing in front, or you're just going to start the other team's breakout. In this instance, they brought it all the way back in their defensive zone, and then they iced it. So now the face-off is here, and that was from an offensive draw win and possession. So just an early mistake by the Titans.
Andrejko can't win the draw, however, but it does come back to the point for Bishop Canevin. Crusaders will throw it behind the cage as Tack. Big collision, but once again, Bishop Canevin stays with the puck. Now a shot from the blue line. That one over the cage as Tack is slow to get up. It looks like he's shaken up for Bishop Canevin. He's going to stay out there. Now the puck comes to him, and he absorbs another hit from Connor Matzinger. So Tack paying the price. Bishop Canevin doesn't know where the puck is. And now it's poked out of play. Neither team could find it for a few seconds. And looking at the scoring through the Flyers Cup playoffs, bit of an anomaly for CB South. 3 of their top 5 scorers are on the blue line. Matzinger leading the way with 11 points. We've called his name a lot. Number 4 back on defense. So not only strong in their own zone are the Titans, but they can get some production from the blue line as well. And that's something that the Crusaders certainly have to be cognizant of.
8 assists for Matzinger.
Now CB South enters the zone trying to chase down the loose puck. Now they're able to get to it in the corner. That's Joe DeLaurentis. Now puck pops high into the air. It lands on top of the cage, and Borghini had to be careful there, although it just stays on top and the officials blow the whistle. And that's to be a frightening feeling if you're between the pipes and the puck pops up in the air.
He was down on his knees too. That's kind of odd. You very, very rarely see that. And that landed on the net here. And in the first game, it popped up in the air and landed on top also, kind of hit the crossbar. So both games we've seen a kind of a strange infield pop up there around the goal.
Crusaders win the draw, but good pressure by CB South to gain possession. Now it's behind the cage for the Titans. But a double team by Bishop Canevin allows the Crusaders to get the puck at least momentarily. Now it comes back to Conroy at the point. He throws it ahead but can't connect, and that's going to allow potentially a 3-on-1, but the pass just out of the reach for the Crusaders, and they go off sides. It looked as though Lucas Krukowski had an opportunity, but just skated in a bit before the puck did.
Yeah, it's starting to come back to me a little bit. One of the things that the Titans did really well against us 2 years ago was possess the puck down below the goal line behind the goalie. They were able to score a couple of goals by popping it out. And I mentioned how they had an errant pass, but when you do that, you're also susceptible for a counter. And Canevin just blew that 3-on-1. They had a chance there.
Now Matzinger, the defender, skates in. Low shot, pad save by Borghini, kicks it into the corner where the Crusaders are the first team to it. Now a pass just doesn't connect. Looked like it was on the mark, but not able to corral. It was Rabchik. And now a spinning dump by Bishop Canevin. The officials are going to say that's an ice, even though it looked as though one of the players for CB South was near the boards, couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, Andrejko had made that pass to the left side to Rabchik. He was critical returning last game. He sat out the semifinal game with a shoulder injury, and he scored the first goal against Mars, beating Tyler Sprang on the stick side, right around the face-off dot in the offensive zone. And right there, he should have probably went rim for that pass.
Now shot off the draw, just misses wide, and the net off its moorings as one of the Titans players goes through it, and Borghini is down for Bishop Canevin. This is not a good sign, as players tending to him.
And he's still sprawled face first. Their backup is Ruffing, Jonathan Ruffing.
Now the trainer finally coming out. Bishop Canevin, that's Kevin Paulus, the head coach, who is in his first year at the helm, and this is not a good sign at all for Bishop Canevin, as we've seen.
The trainer should be out there before him. Typically the head coach, you're really not allowed to go on the ice, so I'm not sure where the trainer is. They should be radio to the trainer or the EMT. I know there's an EMT up here. I walked past it in the hall, but you have to get permission if you want to go out and check on him.
Now Borghini now up to his knees, but he is shaken up. We're going to take a quick break. 10:51 left in period number 1. We are scoreless, but the goalkeeper Nico Borghini down, trying to make his way back up. You are listening to and watching the 2016 Pennsylvania Cup Championship. It's right here on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlo.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
Back to action. Good news for the Crusaders as Borghini remains in the net, as Bishop Canevin ultimately possesses the draw, and the Crusaders not able to get it out. Second chance also doesn't work for Bishop Canevin. As good work by the Titans here in the offensive zone. Now a pass behind the cage.
And this is what you want if you're CB South. If your goalie's down, you want to test them. Canevin did a good job not allowing a shot.
Now a chance for attack as he skates into the puck. 2-on-2, passes it across, but again, Rabchik has a hard time handling the pass. And that's going to allow a recovery, but a short angle shot goes home. Daniel Tack looked like he fooled Dorozinski, and it's 1-0 Bishop Canevin on what looked like a harmless offering. Represents the first goal of this contest as Tack nearly had a breakaway. Stayed with it in the offensive zone. Tough angle shot finds the far side, just inside the post. It's 1-0 Crusaders.
Tack has been very impressive in the playoffs. He's a really savvy player. He knows how to survive out there being a small guy, and he caught that pass in the neutral zone, went wide, passed it back to Rabchik, who was opened up to receive it, lost it. Tack continued to pursue it in the right wing corner. As a left shot, he had a good shooting angle, and Dorozinski just misplayed it on his angle. It was really bad to not be out there a little bit. Gave Tack that shooting area to the far post, and Tack took it, and he beat Dorozinski at the far post just inside and gives the Crusaders a 1-0 lead.
Almost looked like Dorozinski wasn't even expecting a shot there.
Right, he caught him off guard, I agree.
And now a chance the other way, and the equalizer scored on the rebound by CB South on a backhand goal on a rebound that was kicked out. I wonder if that's Matt Stoll that might have had the tally. We'll have to check on that. Actually, it could have been Conroy, I believe, number 19, that got that one. But just 29 seconds later on a long shot that Borghini could not control the rebound on, the backhand accounts for the equalizer, and the offenses have found a success early in this one.
Yeah, just total breakdown there by the Crusaders. You can't allow someone to get behind the defense, and that puck went on net, and there was no one between Borghini and the puck for the Bishop Canevin Crusaders, and he was able to pick up the rebound, go across the crease, and backhand it in to wide open net.
And they're giving that one to Stoll. We will try to get official word. Jackson Koblik and Connor Matzinger pick up the assists on that tally. But it is quickly 1-1, so that early advantage for Bishop Canevin did not last long, and now the Crusaders come quickly the other way in transition. Nice move that time by Rabchik, but he couldn't control it, and now it's back behind the CB South cage. Back out to center ice. The Crusaders will dump it deep as Dorozinski not able to slow it down with his stick. The Neutral zone play both ways as the Crusaders will dump it deep, and that's going to go for an icing. That's a miscue right there by Bishop Canevin as the faceoff's going to come deep in Crusaders territory now.
Yeah, so kind of a strange sequence here, about 30 seconds where both teams exchange goals that really shouldn't happen. Misplay by the goalie there for Central Buck South, and then a misplay by the defense for Canevin, allowing Conroy to sneak behind them. So kind of washes out. We're even up, 8:55 to go in the first period. Face off to the left of Borghini.
And if you're a head coach in this situation, do you worry on either side about the mindset or the confidence of the goalkeepers after early tallies?
No, not at this point. It wasn't like it was a minute or two. We were good 6-7 minutes in. I think they'll be fine. I think if either one, it's more Dorzinski's fault, or Dorzinski's, I'm sorry. So I'd be more worried about him. Borghini was left out to dry there.
Beautiful save, though, by Dorzinski on a centering pass in front in the slot. He was able to get a pad down on that one to keep it 1-1. Now it's back to the point. Low shot deflected up over the cage by one of the defenders for CB South. So maybe a little bit of redemption as the puck goes into the equipment that time of Bosnick. And just to fill everybody in, Tax goal unassisted at the 6:45 mark. And then at the 7:14 mark, it is Matt Stoll from Jackson Koblik and Connor Matzinger. That makes it 1-1.
I get Matzinger. He took the shot. I'm not sure how Koblik got in on the action there, but he'll take it.
Comes out to center ice, and Bishop Canevin quickly gets it back into the CB South zone. Now backhanded clearing attempt, helped out by the Crusaders on the near boards in front of us. And now a turnover by CB South as the Crusaders jump on that puck. Now some fancy stick handling by Krivak. He still has the puck, still dragging. Now he spins back, tries to get it to the blue line, but that is intercepted by Jason Bechtel. Now it's back in Crusaders territory where they have plenty of time to set up. Flip a pass high into the air as Weethorn brought down. No penalty called on that. Again, neutral zone battle between the sides. CB South's going to retreat back into its own territory. Now a nice outlet pass is on the mark. The dump and chase ineffective, however, but a turnover, or at least near turnover that time by Bishop Canevin, but it does squirt out to center ice. Now Matzinger will get it deep. 7:02 left in period number one. I'm Sean Meyers alongside Kevin Zielmanski here. It's the Class AA Pennsylvania Cup Championship, 1-1 between Bishop Canevin and Central Buck South. Now another icing. We've seen a lot of those by Bishop Canevin. Just getting the puck out of the zone, and it goes the length of the ice. Another offensive zone drop coming for the Titans.
Yeah, the speed on the forecheck for CB South is really making the Bishop Canevin defensemen kind of panic a little bit when they retrieve it. There wasn't a lot of pressure there. It was kind of wide to the right of Borghini. He couldn't play it, and the defenseman just wheeled in the corner and fired it the length of the ice. It was either just panic or it was a bad pass to the winger and went all the way down.
Battle in front of the cage, and Bishop Canevin able to get it to the corner. Crusaders having a hard time getting it out. Conroy keeps in, flutters a shot, and Borghini will glove that one and decides to hang on to get the whistle. Bishop Canevin, 4 Pennsylvania Cups in the history of the program, most recently in 2011, also previously 1983, 1984, 1989. So looking for number 5. We mentioned Central Buck South prevailing in 2014 Pennsylvania Cup in a battle of these same squads. All 3 Flyers Cup champions today are the same representatives as in 2014.
I'm kind of partial to that 2011 one.
I could see why. Now centering pass in front. That one never made it on the cage, though. Well defended by Bishop Canevin as the Crusaders go behind their own cage, D to D. And now flip it out to center red. It'll bounce into the CB South zone where Stoll will slowly skate into it. Another long shot. Now one easily gloved again by Borghini, who seems to be okay after he was down for a few minutes earlier.
He's tracked the last few pretty well. They haven't been blistering shots that challenge them, but he tracked it when it went wide. He tracked that one into the glove. He's not overly quick, but he's moving well in that, and he seems to be generally seems to be in good position for the shots right now.
Draw one by CB South, back to Conroy, and that one Borghini had to fight off as he got a piece of the blocker on it. Now another opportunity. Don't know if that one ever made it through. CB South still in possession of the puck as it's the very dangerous Jason Bechtel. Now he loses it, comes out into the slot. Finally, Bishop Canevin's able to get it out. Now the Crusaders try to enter the zone as Rabchak tries to make a move. Now collision behind the cage. We're going to have our first penalty. It's going to be coming against CB South. Chance for Borghini to get out. Extra attacker comes on for Bishop Canevin. Delayed penalty, momentary 6-on-5. Will the Crusaders be able to do anything with it? Now a pass in front, and the shot just misses the cage. Beautifully set up in the slot. And now finally CB South touches up, but that extra attacker nearly paid dividends for Bishop Canevin.
Yeah, Rabchak was in great scoring position right in the slot there. He might not even get as good a shot on the power play as he had right there. Sailed it over the net. He was looking for that upper corner over the glove side of Dorzinski and just missed it. So good opportunity for the Crusaders to bounce back with 5:17 to go. First power play opportunity of this championship game.
Jared Conroy heads to the box.
So you got Tomas Krukowski and Jacob Kuzma at the point. Krivak will take the draw with Bozdik on his right, and it looks like it is Lucas Krukowski on the left side on the power play.
Immediately cleared by CB South off the draw. And now the Titans are going to run some more time as they retreat back in their zone and now flip a backhand into BC territory.
The Titans, two of their better offensive players on the penalty kill, so Bishop Cannon's going to have to be cautious of those guys.
Now Lucas Krukowski skating through center ice. Deals off to Tomas Krukowski. And now Lucas muscled off the puck, and it could be a chance the other way, shorthanded. As a rip shot, caught a piece of that one, did Borghini as it was up over his head. Could have been going high nonetheless, but he got a piece of his glove on it. Now one of the penalty killers has lost his stick.
That's Koblik. He went to the bench.
And indeed, he did go to the bench to get reinforcements. Now a big hit along the near boards is dumped down. That time is Kuzma. Now offensive zone possession for Bishop Canevin. 52 seconds left on the man advantage. Tough angle shot, partially blocked, never made it on the cage. Was winding up and firing. That time was Kuzma, but couldn't get it through. Now battle on the far boards. Bishop Canevin wins that. Playing the numbers game are the Crusaders. Spin in front, redirect in front, and it's a goal. Lucas Krukowski got the stick on it after the wraparound attempt. The rebound was sitting in front, and he was able to pound it home. A power play tally makes it 2-1 in favor of Bishop Canevin, and that is a big goal to get momentum back on their side.
Well, the Titans have done a great job on the penalty kill. It took Bishop Canevin a minute 4 to get in the offensive zone and have the puck facing the net. Kuzma threw one at the net. It kind of went to the left side. Krivak was able to back check, and along with the defenseman along the far boards, converge and keep it in. And then I think it was Bosnick that came around the net and threw it at the net, and I think number 7, Lucas Krukowski, was the man in front that poked it home. And I'm starting to get a feeling here about Dorzinski, Sean. His statistics are more about his team than his technique, because he's not looking real strong here on a couple of these goals.
Bishop Canevin, more offensive zone time. A shot steered away by Dorzinski, and now puck behind, and that's CB South trying to get it out on Draco, doing some nice work on this shift as he backhands a pass down. That doesn't connect. And finally, CB South able to get it out to center red. 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in period number 1. A power play tally has put Bishop Canevin ahead 2-1. But some good work the other way. Could be a 3-on-1 developing by CB South. Shot over the cage. Missed opportunity. Comes out strong the other side, and now it could be Bishop Canevin with an odd man break. A little too long to develop, however, as CB South able to get back and even the odds, and now a pass broken up is going to allow the Titans to skate out to center red and enter the offensive zone. Long shot doesn't make it through. Crusaders able to clear it out of danger as Tack was able to get back to that one. Now a long dump and steered aside by the blocker of Nico Borghini. Backhand from a tough angle hits the outside of the netting. And the Crusaders to that puck, and a nice move to enter the zone by Frick, but he ultimately couldn't keep his balance. Now a big hit away from the puck. Could have been an interference. Do we have a penalty upcoming? No, we did. Yes, we do. And that will be an interference against Bishop Canevin. I think that was Tomas Krukowski.
He's going to call it a high stick. I thought it was clearly interference, but
maybe bringing the stick up while making that hit in the open ice.
Tomas Krukowski, 2 minutes for high sticking. So though the Titans will be on the power play for most of this, for 2 minutes. There's 2:13 to go in the third period, first period. So all but 13 seconds they'll be on the power play for the rest of this period. And they win the draw and get possession, which is key.
Now Matzinger has it back on the blue line. He moves it across. Now they get it down low to Damon De Laurentiis. Now back to the blue line. Long shot. Now one found its way through. Rebound loose, but the official thought it was covered up. Blew the whistle maybe a bit prematurely, but Crusaders will take it. 16 seconds into the man advantage. Offensive zone faceoff coming for the Titans.
The captain of the team, Matzinger, is asking about the quick whistle there. Connor Matzinger. Just, within the 16 seconds, looks like they're going to run everything out of his point spot on the right point as a left shot. He was able to drag that one to the middle and throw a wrist shot on Borghini.
Now Matzinger has it. Goes D to D. Cross ice feed partially broken up. Crusaders try to clear. Matzinger's able to keep it in. Doing a nice job. Now he's going to step up and carry it. Tough angle shot. That one never made it through. Comes out the other side. CB South still in possession though. Reverse pass behind the cage. Now the Titans have options. Matzinger winds up instead, passes it across. Shot off of the crossbar. Rebound battled for in front. Neither team can get to it, and I think right in front of Borghini. He lost sight of it as players go into the cage. We get a whistle, but one post and then a loose puck in front, and the first person to recognize where it was Nico Borghini as he gets the cover up. But a good-looking power play still with a minute and 10 seconds left for it for CB South.
Yeah, the puck swung over to the left side where Jared Conroy was set up. It was an umbrella formation they were using, and he, as a right shot on the left side, sent it through, and Borghini didn't quite see it as there was a defenseman popping out for the shot block, and it hit that far left post on his glove side, and then the scramble ensued.
More offensive zone time. Tough angle shot, and the officials blow the whistle.
Crease violation.
That shot would not have made it through either way.
Looked like Jason Bechtel was set up a little too close to Borghini, and the official blew it dead, and the faceoff comes into the neutral zone.
One again by CB South.
They did well on the faceoffs. That could be critical later in the game.
Now they get it to Stahl, who goes back to the blue line. Long shot. Now one off of the blocker of Borghini. I'm not sure if he saw that one cleanly the whole way through, but was able to pick it up late. Centering pass. That puck's right out in front. Team's battling for it, and finally comes out of the zone. Disaster averted there for Bishop Canevin as that puck was free for 2 or 3 seconds in front of the cage. Now on the backhand, Jacob Ondrako able to clear. Could be a shorthanded opportunity for Rabchik, and he does a good job to run more time off as it's down to the final 20 seconds of the man advantage for CB South. 31 left in the period. As Bechtel skates into the offensive zone, can't control the puck, and cleared once again all the way down on the cage as Dorzinski has to get the paddle down.
Yeah, that was odd technique. He should have been able to stop that standing.
Now a long shot the other way that Borghini handles. Power play has expired. CB South not able to capitalize. Down to the final 3 seconds of the period. Crusaders will be content to run the clock out as a late hit is harmless, and we are done through the first period of play. It is a 2-1 lead for Bishop Canevin over Central Bucks South. You are listening to and watching exclusive coverage of the 2016 Pennsylvania Cup Championship. It's right here on the MSA Sports Network.
MSA Sports broadcasts are now available on both Android and iOS devices. Just navigate to the game of your choice, and on your mobile device, press the arrow or play button. It's that easy. No app needed. No matter where you are, MSA Sports content is available at your fingertips via your iPad, Android phone, iPod, and iPhone. Anytime, anywhere, always there. The MSA Sports Network. When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
Management Science Association.
Period number 2 just about ready to get underway. It is a 2-1 lead through the first 17 minutes of action in favor of the Bishop Canevin Crusaders over the Central Buck South Titans. It is the 2016 Class AA Pennsylvania Cup, battle of the Penguins Cup champion and the Flyers Cup champion. I'm Sean Meyers alongside Kevin Zielmanski here at Pegula Ice Arena at Penn State University, and I think that the Crusaders have to be pretty happy, and Kevin Paulus must have liked his opening 17 minutes, especially with his team getting that second goal and taking the 1-goal advantage into period number 2.
Yeah, where they stand at the end of 1, they couldn't ask for anything more. I thought the Titans had a slight better play 5-on-5, but they were better in the special teams. But Canevin was just very opportunistic on their 2 chances.
Now Bishop Canevin, a centering pass. That one did not lead to a shot, however, and now a chance 2-on-2 the other way for the Titans. Nice pass in front, but a good stick lift on the back check by Bishop Canevin as the puck goes into the Crusaders bench and out of play.
Everybody on the ice, including the linesmen, were wondering where it landed. And the Canevin bench is sort of indicating that, hey, we got it over here. So, yeah, the couple of chances that Bishop Canevin had, the best chances, they were able to cash in against Dorzinski there. I think he would like to have both of those back, particularly the first one. So they take the lead into the second, 2-1.
CB South back in its own territory. Crusaders able to keep it in at the blue line. Puck squirts free, however, now allows CB South to reverse, and now it could be a 3-on-2. The other way shot, and that one right up high by Borghini. Got a piece of it and then went out of play. That one right by his mask, and those are difficult saves for goaltenders to make.
Yeah, it looked like he hit him right around the shoulder. That one and one of the last ones you called that he used his blocker, that's to me been the biggest difference in Nico this year. He's taller and he's heavier. Last year he would go down and those shots on the upper corners were sailing past his ears into the net because he wasn't real tall. I mean, that's just the nature when you're a freshman playing varsity hockey, and I've seen him at the semifinals. He's bigger and he's able to make those stops.
Long shot squirts through, but Borghini able to get some piece of his equipment on it for another save. 16 shots now as the shot clock squarely in favor of CB South. It was 15-8 at the end of the first period. Now backhand, another save by Borghini. Puck comes loose. It'll go out of the zone. 3 players skating for it, and ultimately it's Connor Matzinger, the first player to it.
Just another example of the Titans centering it to nobody, and it clears the offensive zone.
Again, Bishop Canevin able to skate out. Could be potentially a fast break, but instead they decide just to dump it deep. That time it was Ondrejka who threw it on the cage and forces Dorzinski to make the save and cover up. Now an offensive zone faceoff upcoming for BC.
Smart play by Ondrejka. They spent a lot of time defending. He was a little tired. He goes for the dump. He gets it on net where Dorzinski has to cover it. Tack makes sure he covers it by charging towards the net. Now they get the offensive zone faceoff, which they won.
Back to the point. Long shot. Misses the cage. Dorzinski looked like he was slow to pick that one up. Now CB South gets it back out to center ice, but quickly Bishop Canevin enters the zone again. Nice pass right in front, and that one just missed off the stick of Lucas Krukowski, but he was wide open on a nice pass.
Dorzinski never moved. He kind of pushed off to the center of the shot, but never moved when it went past.
Now a long shot, a rebound kicked out, that time by Borghini, but his defense able to tie up the sticks of the Titans in front. Now Bishop Canevin skates it out of the zone into the neutral zone, and the pass finds the stick of Bosnick. Now another entry, and that one hits off of the glove. Now a centering pass out in front. Another shot by Bishop Canevin. That one blocked, never made it through. But good offensive pressure here by the Crusaders over these last few minutes. Now a player down for CB South, slow to get up along the far boards. We have a whistle. Trying to see the number of that player, but it looks
28.
Shaken up, and indeed it is 28, Ryan Boylan, who was slow to get up. Keep an eye, and he's maybe limited in his ice time going forward, and now the draw is going to come into Bishop Canevin territory. Damon DeLaurentis takes a draw for CB South, but he loses it as the Crusaders able to skate it out to center ice, but no further, and now the Titans dump it deep. Borghini tries to poke it ahead, misplayed it momentarily. That creates a turnover in favor of CB South, but now the puck comes all the way out, and more strong skating by Rabchak as he comes in, forces the goaltender Durzynski to play it out, which he did so properly out to center ice.
The tack was reading, and he was right there to try to grab it. He reads the play very well.
Kept in at the blue line by the Titans. Now tough angle shot and a rebound, and Borghini had to be strong not only in that first offering but on the second chance as well, as he now has 19 saves, and we are just a few minutes into period number 2. Now another save from a tough angle shot. It goes back to the point. Matzinger has it. Instead, he'll just throw it back beneath the goal line, but Bishop Canevin able to take over there.
Good position for Nico on both those shots. He hugged the post on the one that came from the corner, and then he stacked that post on that second one. So he's making the saves by being in great position.
Officials wave off the icing. Frank Carter's stretch pass is deflected out of play into the bench for CB South. 13:03 left in period number 2 here from Pegula Ice Arena at Penn State University. It's the Class AA Pennsylvania Cup Championship game, 2-1 lead in favor of the Penguins Cup representative Bishop Canevin Crusaders.
A lot of the offense from the Titans has been from an established possession from behind the net. They need to look for some rushes, some shots off the rushes coming from their own zone.
Lucas Kukowski winds up. That one sails over the glove of Durzynski. Kept in momentarily by Bishop Canevin, but puck comes back out to center ice, and now Stoll enters the zone with some good speed. His shot blocked. Nice sliding play defensively by the Crusaders that time, and it could be a breakaway the other way. Bosnick has it in. He's wide open. Backhand, and he can't outwit the goalie. A great save as Durzynski, I think, got a pad on that, and now a one-on-one situation the other way. And that one pushed in, and the backhand is a goal. The rebound opportunity is good for Matt Stoll. Looked like he was trying to make a move, lost the puck, and went in on Borghini, who kicked out the rebound. Stoll able to cash in, and we are tied at 2. And how quickly momentum swung. A breakaway one way, steered aside, and it comes back the other way. Stoll in a one-on-one situation is able to cash in.
What a hectic sequence. The Titans came on the rush, and Gian Oliver went down face first to block the shot. It kind of transitioned out, and then 19 Jared Conroy blew a tire, giving Bosnick a clear breakaway from the red line in. He came in, he opted as a left shot to come across, go to the backhand. Durzynski put down the left pad, quickly transitioned the other way, and as you described, he kind of lost it, but it still slid into the net.
So Stoll has both tallies for CB South, and they did announce an assist on that, I believe, as a centering pass in front and a goal. A beautiful setup ends up on the stick of Joe DeLaurentis, and he's able to cash in 2 quick goals for Central Bucks South, has given the Titans the lead.
Well, saying how they need to get something off the rush. They got that first one off the rush, and then the second one, they get into the zone here, put a little pressure on, and you're going to have to help me on that one, Sean. I was looking down at the rosters, and all of a sudden,
centering feed right on the stick of Joe DeLaurentis, who is in the slot, chipped it up over the blocker side of Borghini, and 2 goals in less than 30 seconds has CB South ahead 3-2. Crusaders trying to halt the momentum as Damon DeLaurentis is going to pick up the helper. Just 27 seconds apart on the 2 goals by CB South as an offensive flurry. Now another centering pass, and are going to get a whistle as a player is down behind the cage, but the Titans, after they got that save on the breakaway by Zielmanski, they have exploded for 2 quick goals, and they look very, very dangerous right now, as we're going to have to sort out what this whistle is, but it looks like it will stay in Bishop Canevin territory.
So it was Damon De Laurentiis, and there was 1 assist on that one. That went to Jason Bechtel. So very quickly, Borghini was playing so well in goal. And then just a couple quick chances, and the Titans kind of seized all the momentum here with 11:25 to go. They now lead by 1.
Now another chance and a shot in front, and Borghini had to be strong to make a pad save and cover up there. 24 shots already for CB South, and it really goes back to their goaltender, Zielmanski, making a save on Bosnick on the breakaway. They come down the other end to get the equalizer, and then De Laurentiis, just 27 seconds later, puts his team in front on a beautiful pass from Damon to Joe. The De Laurentiis boys hook up.
Yeah, in the pregame, you discussed how much they've scored in the Flyers Cup playoffs, and when you have firepower like that offensively, you know you can strike quickly, and that's exactly what the Titans did. They were spurred on by the save by Zielmanski, and then they get 2 quick ones, one at the 4:35 mark, and then one at the 5:02 mark.
We have a whistle as the net is off its moorings, and just some housekeeping. Stoll's goal was assisted by Thomas Liberta, and as of now, they're showing the only assist going to Jason Bechtel on a goal from Damon De Laurentiis, but it definitely was a goal by Joe De Laurentiis, and I believe it was Damon that got the primary assist, so we'll see if they get that all squared away, but right now my eyes tell me it was number 66, Joe De Laurentiis, that picked up the go-ahead goal to this juncture.
Coaches will usually inform the officials at the intermission, hey, can you make a change?
Although 66 and 68, 2 pretty popular numbers in this state, but certainly couldn't be confused.
Not usually on that side of the state,
well,
though.
that is true. As a backhand pass hits off the outside of the net for CB South. Bishop Canevin just trying to get it out of the zone right now, but that's even been a struggle for the Crusaders. And now they are able to skate it out. Bosnick with a nice move to get into open ice, carries it in, still has the puck, works on his backhand, centering pass, goes through everyone, back out. Long shot and a nice pad save by Zielmanski as he fired out that right pad. Now a turnaround, redirected in front, popped up into his chest. Bishop Canevin with a nice response. Crusaders still have the puck. Now it goes back to the point. Shot never gets through, however, CB South intercepts. Comes back out to neutral zone, and Bishop Canevin fires it deep.
I think Zielmanski's much better this second period. Maybe he settled in mentally a little bit, but he had a rough first period. He looks better, moving better in the second period. He had to really respond to the pressure of that first line for the Crusaders, Bosnick, Krivak, and Krukowski, creating some offense.
He's made some nice pad saves as well, which is not an easy thing. Is now a chance for the Crusaders as a pass does not connect on the stick, that time intended for Bosnick. But BC still has the puck alive, goes wide of the cage now behind CB South trying to clear. Oliver keeps it in, but he kept it in with a glove, and now that hand pass negated because CB South, the first team to touch it. Rabchak tried entering the zone, but he couldn't control it. And that allows Central Buck South the other way. Nice play defensively by the Crusaders, as knocking that one away for Bishop Canevin was Tomas Krukowski. Now players down to the ice, but CB South able to come up with the puck. A lot of physical battles down there as one of the players lost the stick for the Titans. Now it's behind the cage. Centering pass broken up initially by the stick of Borghini, and now that allows Bishop Canevin to get it out. Could be a 3-on-2 developing here, but not able to control it that time was Tack as he goes behind the cage.
He needed to move it one more time over to Andrenko. He just wasn't able to get it through to the defenseman.
Centering pass broken up, and all Titans around the puck now as an outlet pass will not connect. Goes wide of the cage. Good job by Borghini to make sure he didn't play it. That's going to lead to an icing nearly midway through period number 2. It is 3-2 in favor of the Flyers Cup representative Central Buck South over Bishop Canevin. I'm Sean Meyers alongside Kevin Zielmanski here from the Pegula Ice Arena at Penn State. Looks as though the Crusaders have calmed down a little bit after that quick flurry put them on their heels momentarily.
Yeah, compared to the first game, we're halfway through. We've had a lot of action. 5 goals, a lot of big saves, some power plays. So it's been a good hockey game thus far.
Draw controlled by the Titans. That'll be offsides. Not able to hold the line that time was Jackson Koblik.
Now right there you had a kind of a 2-on-2 where Koblik was a little bit ahead of Conroy with the puck, but there was a defenseman in diagonal, right in diagonal lane for a passing lane. So Conroy needed to get the red line and hit a cross corner hard so that Koblik could have kept skating hard, and he would have got it out of the corner like a pull shot, and he would have got a good chance there. So got to communicate and recognize when how you can complete the passes, and just not a good job there recognizing how to get that one through.
Bishop Canevin holds the line, but only momentarily as CB South gets it out to center ice and now skates into the offensive zone, and a rebound just over the cage. Now they try to bank it in off of Borghini. Comes out in a slot. Another shot. Did he make a glove save? My Lord, what a save that was, as he nearly reached behind his head with the glove. I don't know how he was able to react in time, but that very easily could have been goal number 4 for Central Bucks South, as he made a circus save on that one.
Fabulous save there by Borghini. He kind of flashed the glove before that. Then the Titans continue to do what they like to do. They get one corner. The second guy comes down. They go kind of D to D, which is forward to forward behind Borghini. And then they found the F3 high, and he put a good shot on him. Borghini really flashed some leather.
Big collision, as taking the worst end of that one is Matthew Weethorn. Now the Crusaders skate in some fancy stick handling that time, but Krivak just could not get the shot on the cage. Did everything he could just to free himself from the defense, as Bishop Canevin still has it in the offensive zone. Weethorn, a spinning pass. That one doesn't connect. Krivak with the puck. Tries to bank it off the cage to himself. Now Patrick Frick has it, goes back to the blue line. Ulver just throws it deep. Didn't have a shooting lane. CB South can't clear the zone. Good pressure here by Bishop Canevin, but looks like it'll be for naught, as now the Titans able to get it out. Long shot partially deflected, never made it in on Borghini. Now Frick drops it back into his own territory.
See right there, they went for a change, and the defenseman couldn't hit him cleanly.
On Draco, low shot, that one kicked away. The rebound came out, but not able to settle it down was Daniel Tack. Now Tack has it behind the cage. Tries to get it out in front. Pass broken up, but it comes right back to him. Now a centering pass, and that shot just never made it through. Well defended by the Titans. Now CB South will dump it deep, as Bechtel will give chase. 6:20 left in period number 2. It is 3-2 in favor of Central Bucks South. Nice job to clear the zone and to create some offense by Rabchak, as he comes in, nearly put on a terrific move, but it was defended by Central Bucks South, and very close to what could have been a golden opportunity for the Crusaders, but it goes for naught.
Again, they centered it, and Rabchak was able to pick off that pass, and the Crusaders are going to have to capitalize on one of those errant passes one of these times, but Rabchak tried that last jump move over past Conroy, and he was able to just calmly take the puck and stop that attack by Rabchak, but they continue to center the puck, move the puck side to side behind Borghini and center it. And the winger's got to be aware of that. The winger's got to sag into the slot area, pick it off, and then try to counter quickly, and hopefully for the Crusaders, their defenseman can join the rush and make it an odd man break.
Krukowski with a nice pass that allows zone entry, but a nice job defensively by CB South, as the Blue Liners are starting to get a little more physical for the Titans. Bishop Canevin still has the puck, however.
That was a good hit by Matzinger. He's a very impressive defenseman.
Crusaders trying to set up something here. Now they go back to the point. Long shot deflected. That one didn't make it through for Kuzma. Now it's cleared the length of the ice. This one will go for an icing with 5:08 late left, but good sign for the Crusaders, as they had 15 or 20 seconds of offensive zone time, but just couldn't get the shot from the point through.
Yeah, the puck came back to the left point. Kuzma was the right shot. He had his head up, which you're supposed to do. Two players for CB South came together, put like a wall. It was like a soccer wall in front of the goalie. So at that point, he needs to fake the shot, and one of the forwards has got to flash out to the side because the goalie's not going to be able to see it, and they should have a wide angle if he can make a good pass there. So they need to look at that, communicate a little bit when they're getting in front of them from the point.
Cleared out again by CB South. That time did not go far enough for an icing, so that allows the offensive zone set up and a goal on the rebound. As able to win the battle in front was Jason Bechtold after the long shot hit off of Borghini. Fell right at the stick of Bechtold, and he's able to cash it in. That is a big goal. Goal number 4 for CB South has given them a 2-goal advantage.
Again, the forward for the Titans just sort of hanging out behind the defense for the Crusaders. Borghini made the first save, and it kind of fell to his left on the glove side, right where the goal scorer was hanging for the Titans, and he got one kick at it. It was almost like a kick because he had his blade way in front of his feet, and he just shoveled it, and it went up. Didn't go in the back of the net. It went up under the net, kind of popped the bottle. It was a good shot by Bechtold.
So Conroy and Liberta pick up the assists. The two defensemen pick up the primary and secondary helpers.
For Bechtold, that's his 5th of the playoffs. When you have a good offensive team, Sean, sometimes it just turns that quickly, and it has turned in the favor of the Titans here in the second period after the Crusaders were leading 2-1 at the first intermission.
Now just over 4 minutes before the break. Long shot, and that one redirected, and Borghini lost sight of it as it goes wide of the cage. Now back to the blue line again, and this time CB South will simply throw it down, try the centering pass, but that one well defensed by Bishop Canevin, and now Frick has the puck. He's able to get it out to center ice, but no further as it's picked off. Offsides that time against the Titans, but how important is it for Bishop Canevin here with 3:42 left in this frame to get some momentum heading into the locker room?
Well, I think it's very important. They're down 2. You'd like to cut it to 1 in the last 3:42. You certainly want to be mentally focused to not allow it to get to 5-2. I mean, when we went in down 2-1 a couple years ago, and it was very quiet in the room. I mean, we had been down before, and we were, my assistants were trying to get them up, saying, "Hey, we've been here before." It was almost like they were unsure how to come back from that deficit. I think it was 2-1. Could have been 3-2. We were down 1, nevertheless, and we just didn't have a good third period.
Now Crusaders enter the offensive zone. Turning attempt doesn't make it through. Now it goes out to center ice, and it could be a partial breakaway opportunity here for Damon De Laurentiis. He fires just wide of the cage, was shooting blocker side, but could not get it on the 6x4. Now a centering pass comes right in front, but he's tied up, and Bishop Canevin able to get it out of danger.
Yeah, they got a good bounce. They played it high off the glass past Kuzma, and Damon De Laurentiis tracked it down, and Bain just wasn't able to close down the angle, and fortunately for Bishop Canevin, he missed the net.
Now Matzinger has it. His shot redirected, and it's in. Tipped in by CB South, and that might be stolen. If that is him, that would be the hat trick. There's a pair of players in front for Central Bucks South, and just 2 minutes between goals, and this one's starting to get away from Bishop Canevin.
It was a great goal there. Matzinger had it right about the top of the circles on the right wing boards as a left shot. He put it low on the ice like a defenseman needs to. And as we're speculating, it was Stahl. He come kind of cruising in quickly, but the key was he had his stick down on the ice. He was able to redirect it in the upper corner over the blocker. So it was a goal scorer's goal. I don't know if people caught Crosby doing something like that similar recently, but Stahl come cruising in. Matzinger put it low and hard on the ice, and Stahl just angled his blade in upper corner. Nothing Borghini could do. Just a good offensive play by the Titans.
And it is Stahl. That's the hat trick. Matzinger and Bechtold pick up the helpers. It's Matzinger that unleashed that shot from the point. And that's exactly what you want your defenseman to do, is shoot it in front where it could get on the cage, but more specifically, give a few of your forwards skating through a chance to tip it in, and that's exactly what happened. Now another shot, this time misses well wide of the cage for CB South, but the Titans have scored 4 goals unanswered in this second period.
It's just as we were discussing, you want to make it 4-3 and not allowed to get 5-2, and that's exactly what the Titans did.
Now another chance, 2-on-1 for CB South. A turning shot. That one trickles past the goaltender. Borghini got a piece of it, but not enough. And CB South has completely taken over this contest as they celebrate in front of the cage. That's a tough one for Borghini because he got a lot, but just could not keep it from crossing the goal line.
Yeah, he was able to get over there to square up to the shooter, but they kind of went low glove on him, and it sort of hit the pad, hit the glove, trickled down, and it was slightly on edge. So the momentum of the puck continued as it rolled and rolled and rolled and snuck right inside the left post. Borghini's hanging his head there a little bit, but again, it was a pass that went across on a 2-on-1, and is just not playing well defensively.
And that was Stahl again. He has 4. It's an avalanche right now in favor of Central Buck South as Crusaders cannot stop the bleeding. A little surprised that they did not utilize a timeout after this onslaught.
Yeah, it'd been a good opportunity at the 5-2 to kind of settle down things. Could be just inexperience as a head coach, not knowing if it's the right time, but that would have been a really good time down 5-2 to kind of get the team refocused.
Now just a little over a minute left in period number 2. It is quickly 6-2. When this period began, it was 2-1 in favor of Bishop Canevin. Stoll with 4 goals, and he's looking for another one, but that time he's knocked off the puck. Now a long shot, and Borghini able to get a glove on that one through traffic. That's a nice save, but
he did well on that save.
Right now, he has to feel almost hopeless out there. As just an onslaught as the shots. A 20-shot disparity at this point, 33-13 in favor of CB South.
And really, besides that last one where he got a little bit of them, it wasn't anything that he hasn't done well. He's been fine in net. He's made some good saves. I just don't think the team is playing as well as they did against Mars in front of them, against this Titans team that's got a lot of goal scorers.
Now another shot from the far circle. Borghini able to make the save and cover up. 5 goals in this second period for CB South, and Stoll has 3 of them in this frame.
Someone's got an early lead on one of the 3 stars of the game.
Yeah, I think he's already cemented himself somewhere in the top 3 right now. He's certainly the front runner for the top billing, but we've still got more than 17 minutes to play, and this one is the final 30 seconds of period number 2. Crusaders could have a 3-on-2 developing here. Tack just couldn't do anything with it if he's knocked off the puck nicely by Liberta. Now the Crusaders trying to get one last surge here in the final 12 seconds. CB South clears it around but can't get it out of the zone. Long shot. Never makes it through. Centering pass. That one doesn't connect, and now batted out of the zone. That's going to bring an end to period number 2, but what a period it was for the Central Buck South Titans. 5 goals in the frame have allowed CB to take a commanding 6-2 lead. We'll take a quick break, get you back for the second period intermission. We'll give our thoughts as well as a scoring recap. You are listening to and watching the 2016 Pennsylvania Cup Championship. It's right here exclusively on the MSA Sports Network.
Management Science Associates Incorporated, MSA, is a world leader in developing analytical software and information-based systems. With over 850 employees and nearly 40 years of uninterrupted growth, MSA specializes in data management and data warehousing, business analysis, media services, custom workflow integration, and enterprise resource planning systems. MSA wishes all of tonight's players good luck. Visit MSA at www.msa.com.
Make sure to follow the MSA Sports Network on social media this season for breaking news, scores, links to our articles, and much more. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/MSA Sports and get in on the conversation with thousands of local sports fans. Follow us on Twitter at MSA Sports and check out our YouTube channel, MSA Sports WPIHL, for hundreds of video interviews with local student athletes, game highlights, and more. Whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or our websites, MSA Sports is the place to go for high school sports in Western Pennsylvania.
Right now, when you refer a friend to open a new personal or business checking account at First Commonwealth Bank, you can earn a generous cash reward. It doesn't even have to be a friend. Could be a relative. Could be a Bruins fan. Could be that guy over there with the weird hair thing going on. It doesn't matter. Refer anyone to open an account and it will really pay off for you. They'll even get a cash reward themselves, no matter who they root for. First Commonwealth Bank, member FDIC. Learn more at a local branch or visit fcbanking.com.
Hit the ice at Mount Lebanon Ice Center, offering the most comprehensive instructional programs in the area, including hockey, figure skating, and learn-to-skate classes for all ages and ability levels. Classes start soon along with senior and developmental hockey leagues. Mount Lebanon Ice Center also hosts Friday night teen skates and Friday after-school skates for younger children. Birthday party packages also available. Mount Lebanon Ice Center, serving the South Hills for more than 35 years. Call 412-561-4363 or go to mountlebanon.org.
Own your piece of hockey history with a Penguins game used jersey. Visit J&J Distributing at www.jjdistributing.biz and check out one of their largest selections of Penguins game-worn jerseys from your favorite Pens, past and present. Or call 724-752-1556. J&J Distributing buys, sells, and trades some of hockey's most prized possessions, including the Penguins game-worn jerseys, Penguins practice jerseys, minor league jerseys, and new and game-used equipment. Browse their inventory today at www.jjdistributing.biz.
Hey, Josh, I hear we have a new coach this season.
Oh, yeah? What do you know about him, Adam?
Well,
Okay, guys, listen up. These 2 points are big tonight if we want to make the playoffs. We have to be good on face-offs. Remember your assignments. Be strong in our zone. Get into the shooting lanes and stay out of the penalty box.
Coach.
Keep the shift short.
Coach.
What?
There aren't 2 points tonight.
And the show has segments, not shifts.
Can I still yell at the refs?
Coach, you got to let it go.
Catch the PIHL Power Play Show with Adam Horner, Josh Roundtree, and new edition Kevin Zielmanski every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock on MSASports.net.
Back here at the Pegula Ice Arena at Penn State University through the first 2 periods of play. It is a 6-2 lead from the Flyers Cup representative Central Bucks South over the Bishop Canevin Crusaders. I'm Sean Meyers alongside my broadcast partner Kevin Zielmanski. And Kevin, it looked like a very good first period for Bishop Canevin. The Crusaders had a 2-1 lead, but man, things got away from quickly in that second period. It was all Titans, 5 unanswered goals.
Yeah, and it seemed to be right around, you could maybe identify the turning point right around the time where Bosnick walked in on the breakaway and Dorzinski made the save. Bosnick went to the backhand, and quickly they transitioned the other way and scored the goal, and that seemed to open the floodgates. And, you know, it was just ran into one of my players from last year. We were talking about Nico and how, you know, he's looked good. It haven't really been his fault. One of the reasons Canevin was able to beat Meyers 5-1 so convincingly the other night was they played so well in front of Nico. Yes, he played well, made 40 saves, but in front of him, I thought they were terrific. And I can't say that today. I don't think they're playing as well. I think they've been okay. A couple times the forwards for the Titans got behind the defensemen and able to get it in the net on just be all alone, and then other times just good offense. The tip-in was a great tip for that last goal by Stahl. The Titans love to set up their offense behind the net. I remember that now when we played them. And when you have very capable offensive players and they settle in the second period in the state championship game, they just started rolling and the puck started moving. You know, maybe you can kind of compare it to a hot shooter in basketball. They just kind of got collectively on the roll as a team, and 5 goals in the second period is a fantastic period for the Titans.
Well, if you're comparing them to hot shooters, the Titans were Steph Curry in period number 2. 5 goals, and not in period number 2, but in the game as a whole. Matt Stoll has 4. He has to be front and center as far as Bishop Canevin's focus right now, stopping him. But even if they don't allow any more goals, the Crusaders are going to have to find a way to score at least 4 goals over these final 17 minutes of regulation. What's going to be key to claw back in this contest?
Well, you're going to have to take some chances, and that's only going to kind of leave you more vulnerable defensively and put more pressure on Nico. So they're going to have to move the puck quickly. A couple of times they had opportunities. They were not able to get it. Just as a little play, they had a breakout where the left winger had to reach back on the backhand to catch it. So that slows them down, and that kept the puck in. So the passes have to be better, tape to tape, so they can get into transition. And then they're going to need someone like Kuzma or Tomas Krukowski on defense to really jump into play. They're playing mostly 3, sometimes 4 defensemen, so that's going to tax them a little more to get off the ice, create some odd man rushes. One of the problems around the net is some of their key forwards like Tack, those guys, they're not as big as the defensemen for the Titans. So jamming goals in around the goal crease, they're going to be a little tougher because they're going to have to be a little more stealth as opposed to just kind of pushing their way through. So it's really hard. I don't have great answers for a 4 or 5 goal deficit, but you try to break them down into segments, get one early, try to get another one by the 13, 12-minute mark, somewhere on there, and start chipping away as best you can. But I think most importantly, you don't want it to become 8 or 9. You want to make a good showing in the third period. You've had a great season. You won the Penguin Cup, and you want to try to at least keep them at 6 and see how many you can erase and get closer to 6.
Well, let's take a look at the scoring recap in this contest. Period number 1, BC gets on the board first with 10:15 remaining in the frame. Daniel Tack, unassisted on a top angle shot. That makes it 1-0 in favor of the Crusaders. Not long after that, however, 9:46 left in that opening stanza. Matt Stoll, the first of many of his goals. Jackson Koblik and Connor Matzinger pick up the helpers. That quickly tied it at 1-1. Then Lucas Krukowski on the man advantage made it 2-1 in favor of Bishop Canevin. That coming with 3:51 left in the frame. That would be the score at the end of the opening stanza. It was 2-1 in favor of Bishop Canevin, but period number 2, things would change quickly. Matt Stoll gets his second, coming with 12:25 left in that second period. Thomas Liberta picks up the helper, and we were deadlocked at 2 goals apiece. And then goal number 3, we're going to go with what the official listing is still. That's Damon De Laurentiis on the helper from Jason Bechtel. That makes it 3-2. That coming with 11:58 left in period number 2. Following that, Jason Bechtel gets on the board with 4:53 left in the stanza on assists from Jared Conroy and Thomas Liberta. That makes it 4-2. And then Stoll with consecutive goals. The first one coming with 2:53 left in the frame on helpers from Connor Matzinger and Jason Bechtel. And then Stoll again with 1:48 left in the frame, helped out by Nick Smith. 6-2, 5 unanswered goals in period number 2 for Central Bucks South. The shots after the first 2 periods are also in favor decisively of the Titans. 15 shots in period number 1, 18 in period number 2, totaling 33 on the other side for Bishop Canevin. 8 shots in period number 1, 5 shots in period number 2. So this game, I mean, the score's fairly indicative of how that second period went. You could say the first period is pretty even, but the second period certainly was not, as the Titans completely dominated.
That's absolutely correct. First period went back and forth a little bit. Maybe slight edge to the Titans on the play, but the scoreboard was slight edge to the Crusaders, very opportunistic. Second period was completely tilted to one side in favor of the Titans during the play and on the scoreboard, and that's how we find ourselves at the intermission with a 6-2 lead for the Titans of Central Bucks South.
It is 6-2 in favor of CB South as the Titans ahead of Bishop Canevin, the Crusaders. It is the 2016 Pennsylvania Cup Class AA Championship. We'll take a quick break. We'll get you back for period number 3. You are listening to the Pennsylvania Cup. You're also watching it. It's right here exclusively on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything right. I get that at Carlo.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlo helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlo brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlo, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlo University. Visit carlo.edu.
Who says you can only enjoy breakfast in the morning? And who says you can only enjoy it one type of way? At Dunkin' Donuts, breakfast is delicious any kind of way, any time of day. A breakfast craving can strike any time, whether it's morning, noon, or night. Dunkin' has the perfect combination of breakfast deliciousness to satisfy any craving. Bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel, sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant, ham, egg, and cheese on an English muffin. All your favorites anytime you want them. Stop by Dunkin' for breakfast anytime. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary.
Less than a minute away from period number 3 getting underway. I'm Sean Meyers, joined by my partner Kevin Zielmanski here at the Pegula Ice Arena, Penn State University. It is 6-2 in favor of Central Bucks South over Bishop Canevin in the Class AA Pennsylvania Cup Championship. We've already had one champion crowned, Bayard Rustin, a 6-0 victory over Franklin Regional. That coming in the Class Single A Championship. And Kevin, you will have the call alongside Bob Orquist in the AAA title game, which will be upcoming, tentatively scheduled for a 5 p.m. start time.
Yeah, the power out east, the LaSalle College Explorers versus the Cathedral Prep Ramblers. And that should be an interesting one. Last time we were here, the West lost the first 2, and the AAA representative won versus LaSalle, so that should be interesting. And if I may, while the Titans are sprinting out onto the ice, would like to mention the godfather of Canevin hockey is not in attendance here. I got word. Ken Vance has been around Canevin hockey for 20 years, had to go to Florida for family reasons, somebody not doing well, so I am quite certain that he is down in Florida listening to his beloved mighty Crusaders. And Ken, wish you were here, but your team's down by 4 right now, heading into the third.
It certainly will be a significant uphill battle for the Crusaders here at the Pegula Ice Arena. And we were talking about it on the way up here. What a beautiful venue this is. And I think for the most part it's ideal because it's pretty much situated right between Pittsburgh and Philadelphia, somewhere between 2 and 3 hours each way, whether you're coming from Pittsburgh or Philadelphia. Beautiful state-of-the-art facility, opened just 3 years ago. It's hosted the Pennsylvania Cup Championships all 3 years of its existence. Nearly $100 million facility funded by Terry Pegula, the owner of the Buffalo Sabres and a Penn State alumnus. And really, I don't think you could ask for a better situation for these teams as opposed to fluctuating between Pittsburgh or Philadelphia, where it's pretty unfair for the team that's the visiting one. This is, for the fans and players alike, a pretty neutral zone or pretty neutral area.
It is a neutral venue. The only problem is you don't get the fan support, so you don't make as much money. So that's a bit of an issue. When you have at least one side, the 3 teams being a home team, you're able to draw more. I know we've drawn pretty well at the Consol Center or the Mellon Arena when we were able to have it there. So not sure what's going to happen next year, but like you said, it's a beautiful facility. Wish we had one like this in Western Pennsylvania.
Period number 3 underway as CB South has it in its own zone, but one of the players tripped on the net for the Titans, but it comes out to center ice nonetheless as Gian Oliver gets it deep. Do you expect to see a different mindset here, as it could be an odd man chance? Now it's offsides. Do you expect to see the Titans kind of go into that prevent defense and make sure they always had a third and maybe even a 4th player back every time?
Well, you always want to have a third. That's just solid hockey. But I think the key word you said there is mindset. Because you're dealing with teenagers, and I think you could even say it's the NHL, they're going to ease up because they're up 4. They're just not going to have that desperation when you're tied or down 1. So if Canevin can jump on them quickly, you might be able to put a little doubt in. But, you know, the longer it goes, the more comfortable the Titans will be skating with a 4-goal lead.
Battle along the far boards as Crusaders can't get it out. Good job by the Titans to keep it in. Now spinning pass connects, could be an opportunity. That one off the side of the post. Tough angle shot and rung off the iron. Is now coming back in a one-on-one situation is Rabchik, but he can't make a move. And now could be a 3-on-2 for CB South coming the other way. Long shot, that one handled by Borghini, but he can't get the rebound. Squirts free, stops the follow-up opportunity. Now Bishop Canevin will dump at the length of the ice for the icing. That 3-on-2 looks like the Titans kind of just settled for a long shot, but they got a rebound out of it and a dangerous follow-up opportunity.
Yeah, and again, you're gonna see how much fight is in there. Just kind of trying to assess the body language of Canevin. It's not really good right now. They just kind of threw it out there for the icing and kind of circled back. But I just don't want to see him go down easily here. 3-on-2 opportunity. They got to make something happen.
That one dumped in behind the CB South cage. Crusaders trying to get something going on the forecheck. Krukowski able to step up and keep it in. And now a shot in front. That one partially deflected. Did squirt through for Bosnick, but he couldn't get much behind it.
He needed to pull the trigger quicker.
Now Bechtold tries to skate in 1-on-2. He won't be able to get to the puck, however. 2 minutes gone, period number 3. It remains 6-2 in favor of CB South. As the Titans looking for their second championship in 3 years. These are two teams that have been at this stage a lot in recent years, as Bishop Canevin, the 2011 Pennsylvania Cup champion, and CB South, as we mentioned, 2014. The Titans hoisted the trophy as Stoll comes in. He's already got 4 goals to his credit. That time he was looking for an assist. Collides behind the net with Kuzma. Now comes back to the point. Long shot redirected, or I don't know if we got a piece of it or not, but either way, able to make the save was Borghini. But that was another shot. Whether it was tipped or not, it was a tippable shot from the point.
Yeah, they kind of flashed in front of his eyes. So I think he, for a split second, lost track of it. Made the save, but he wasn't able to control the rebound as well as he would have liked to. And it was in the slot. They were just fortunate there wasn't a forward there for CB South waiting to slam that home. And then they iced the puck again. So a lot of faceoffs in their defensive zone right now for Bishop Canevin.
Matzinger keeps it in, but only momentarily, and now the Crusaders come the other way trying to find some room, but the defense is really tightened up for the Titans, and now a shot. Beautiful back check to take that one away by Jason Bechtold. Now he quickly skates in the other way. Tries to make a move. It goes in on the cage, and Borghini had to make a save, even though Bechtold never really unleashed his shot. Just the way the puck was steered on the net, he had to be strong. Now CB South has it. Try to center in front. Bechtold can't connect on the backhand attempt. Now Matzinger steps in. Good work down low by Central Buck South, but ultimately Bishop Canevin able to get it out to center ice. Not able to settle the puck. That time was Krivak. I talked about it. This defense has really, really improved as this game has progressed for the Titans.
Yeah, all the way from their goaltender, Dorzinski, to their defensemen, to their forwards in front of them. They wasn't as strong early on, but it's much stronger through the second period and 4 minutes into the third.
Now a turnover forced by CB South, but the pass comes all the way out. And coaches always want layers of defense. They just don't want one blue liner to have to make the plays. They want the forwards, the defense, and the goalie to all play strong, and that's what we've seen here.
Well, it's always a combination of your goalie, your 2D, and your high forward coming back with a nice angle pushing things to the outside. And then you need your 4th and 5th players on the back pressure too, to be picking off guys to now not give them a lot of time to circle towards the boards and hit the trailers. So it's always got to be a 5-man effort. It can't just be one player.
It's the puck in Canevin territory. BC just trying to get it out. Get it up to center ice, but no further. And you say that first forward back. Is that typically the center, or does that vary on the coaches and the systems?
It varies a little. A lot of people draw it as a center, but really it's called F3, and it should be the 3rd guy into the zone. Now, it could be the low forward that's the center. He's the last guy in. But some teams will designate it the center, but if you're doing it properly, it just should be the 3rd guy across the blue line.
Laurentis comes in. He's already been credited with a goal in this contest. Can't get that one on the net. Crusaders take over behind their own cage, but can't get it out. Matzinger has done a great job keeping the puck in and getting shots towards the cage. That time it looked like it was going wide, but Borghini gets the glove on and will hang on for the whistle with 11:42 left in period number 3. I'm Sean Meyers. Kevin Zielmanski is my partner here for this contest. Also want to thank Jess Levo working the camera. She's doing all 3 games videography, as we get to split it up 2 games apiece between me, you, and Bob Orquist. Bob will be back on the call for game number 3. Pass in front for CB South. Was able to skate in as Koblik. Now a long turning attempt from the point doesn't make it through. It's broken up by Bishop Canevin as the Crusaders trying to take it out. Player goes down. Shot misses just wide over the glove side for the Crusaders. I've not seen a lot of penalties in this contest. Yeah, just two, both coming in period number one, nothing in period number two, and nothing in the first near 6 minutes of period number three as we have a whistle. And conversely, the single A game, we saw a ton of penalties called, so it's been contrasts between the single A Pennsylvania Cup and the double A.
Well, I expected more, like we saw in the first game, more on the Philly side. In my opinion, the Philly hockey is a little edgier, let's say. Let's call it edgier to be nice. And Canevin's not known for being overly physical, although this version of the Crusaders, not the ones that I had for years, that they were real physical against Mars.
Backhand pass feathered it into the offensive zone for Bishop Canevin. Crusaders will flip it behind the cage, but plenty of time to reset for CB South. They just try to bank it out of the zone, but stepping up are the Crusaders to intercept it, but a pass to no one in particular.
Yeah, Oliver needs to get that on net.
Looked like Oliver thought a teammate was going to be there, but no one around. And with only 14 shots on goal, to your point, seems like a situation where the Crusaders, anytime they enter the zone, they just need to fire towards the cage.
Well, I think he was, I don't know if he saw someone, it was a ghost, because maybe he was just hoping someone was streaking down that right side like they should have been. You could have had a forward or a right point man crashing, but no one home to answer that pass for Gian Oliver, and they're still down 4 with 10:20 to go.
Said maybe he saw a ghost. Well, the Flyers fans have been seeing a lot of the ghosts recently, as it is the Pennsylvania Cup, so figure about half the people in attendance here are probably Philadelphia Flyers fans. And Gostisbehere, the great defenseman who's been a revelation for Philadelphia, helping them get into the playoff hunt, which, by the way, they're competing directly with the Penguins, not only for a playoff spot, but this afternoon as well.
How ironic is that? Penguins won, by the way.
There you go. So far, the Pittsburgh teams have not had much success this afternoon here at Pegula Ice Arena, though. Franklin Regional, a 6-0 defeat in the single A championship game, and now Bishop Canevin facing a 4-goal deficit as the clock continues to run here in period number 3.
Well, any hopes of a comeback is starting to slip away. I don't see the jump you need to overcome this type of deficit. They're playing okay, but you just need that extra gear that desperation provides, and not seeing it yet.
Could have a penalty upcoming. We will. First penalty in a long, long time will be called against CB South, and maybe this is the opportunity that Bishop Canevin sorely needed to try to get back in this game.
Looks like it is Joe DeLaurentis. I didn't see, waiting for the official to make the signal. 2 for Hook. 1 for 1 on the power play, if I have it correct. Their second goal tap in by Krukowski in front was on not a very good power play, but a very good ending to that power play.
Cross ice feed, a good one, but the shot never made it through for Bishop Canevin. Crusaders get it back up top, and a long shot is good, as that time able to find the back of the net with Jacob Kuzma, and that is a very, very big goal. Just 14 seconds into the man advantage, Bishop Canevin gets their third goal. It's now a 6-3 game.
You know, talking to the Mars coaches before the Penguin Cup, they've mentioned how good the power play is for Bishop Canevin. They didn't really convert in that game, but today they're perfect, 2 for 2, and that one did not take very long at all. 14 seconds, controlled the puck in the right wing corner deep, dragged the box a little bit lower, got it to Kuzma at center point, and he let go of a nice, low, accurate wrist shot that Dorzinski never really moved, and it was in the back of the net, and now it's 6-3.
So Tomas and Lucas Krukowski each pick up the assist, and Bishop Canevin nearly had a 2-on-1 there, but the puck just out of the reach of the Crusaders. Now CB South enters the zone. Tough angle shot, misses wide, and feeling that one is Jason Bechtel. He is absolutely drilled after we release that shot. Slow to get up. Crusaders come the other way. Just can't get a shot off, however. Bishop Canevin, the first team to it. Bechtel back in the play now, comes out to the point for Bishop Canevin. Krukowski, instead of taking a shot, just dumps it down low. That's where Lucas Krukowski has it, but he can't hang on to the puck, and now dumping it deep is CB South, and that will go for an icing.
Well, Sean, one of the things that I definitely would have said if I was in the Canevin locker room was, we're down 4. Even if we don't win, I want to win this period. So they got the 1-goal lead in this period. I mean, yes, that doesn't mean much in the overall scheme of the game, but there's a lot of young players on the team that'll be returning, and you know, you want to see the effort and the learning experience just in case you're back here again. As the Titans tried to set play, they won it back to Matzinger, and Stahl took off looking for his, would have been his 6th of the game. Is that right? Is he at 4 or 5? He's 4.
Yep.
It would have been his 5th. He was looking for a streaking play, which is kind of unnecessary when you're up 3, but they're going to continue to play hard.
Canevin just able to get the puck out to center ice. Now they get it behind Borghini.
Pace is really slowed here.
And who do you think that? I would assume that favors the Titans with,
Sure,
with that advantage.
Because there's not going to be as many chances to score goals if the pucks, everyone's kind of standing around. Titans just want the clock to move as much as possible.
Now Bishop Canevin skates into the zone. Dangerous opportunity, but a tough angle shot easily saved that time by Dorozinski off the attempt from Oliver. That time he did get puck on net, but just didn't have an angle.
Better play by Dorozinski than the first one where he allowed Tack to score.
Dumped in on Cage, and that's offsides on net, which will bring the faceoff down the other way. 6:39 left. CB South still holding a 3-goal lead, 6-3 over Bishop Canevin. Trying to make it 2 for 2 for the Flyers Cup representatives.
On the back of a very, very impressive second period, particularly for Stahl, scored 3 in that second period to go with, it's a hat trick in the period, but he added 1 in the first, so he's sitting on a 4-goal game right now. 6.5 to go.
By the way, the battle between East and West, if you will, or Flyers Cup and Penguins Cup, each of the last 2 years, the Flyers Cup teams have won 2 of the 3 championships. Last year, Cathedral Prep, the 1 Penguins Cup champion to prevail. 2 years ago was Peters Township. Back in 2013, 2 of the 3 came from the Penguins Cup representatives. However, North Allegheny and Greater Latrobe, the champions in those ones, as a backhand attempt. Doesn't get through, and now they're going to say it's in the net. On a follow-up opportunity, CB South, I don't know how that one found its way past Borghini, but he looks disappointed as I lost sight of the puck. It was a backhand that I don't think initially got through, and I don't know if it went off his skate or got tapped home by a following player, but either way, it is 7-3.
Yeah, it either hit the group of people in front, the group of players in front, or hit Borghini and popped out, and then it was just an innocent little backhand deposit in the back of the net. It was kind of hard to see who it was, but at this point, I think Coach Paulus might want to get Borghini and kind of save his psyche here.
So they give it to Ryan Boylan. Koblik picks up the assist.
Could be a good opportunity to give the freshman Jonathan Ruffing a few minutes. Not because Nico has not played well, contrary, but just not getting the play in front of him and allow Ruffing to get a few minutes of state championship play experience.
And in the regular season, Ruffing played a lot. He appeared in 13 games, had a record of 6-4, and the numbers really weren't too far apart between the 2 netminders as BC enters his own. Shot off of the mask that time of Dorozinski as he's able to make the save.
Well, Sean, Ruffing used to practice with us last year, and there was a large number of practices where he would outplay Nico, but he just wasn't eligible as an 8th grader. So did not shock me to see that early on, but it just goes to show you how much Borghini has improved, that he's played so well for Canevin in the second half of the year.
Under 5 minutes left in regulation. It is 7-3. The lead in favor of CB South as one of the players for the Titans goes down behind the play. It was Koblik that was slow to get up, and he's going to stay out on the ice, but now he's going to be able to pick up the speed as it's a 2-on-2 for CB South entering the zone. Shot easily saved with the glove that time by Borghini as he will hang on.
Sean, players, when they are a little shaken up, they never have the effort to get back in the play, but they always have miraculous touch of God recovery.
Once the puck comes
Once the puck starts transitioning offensively, they're better, ready to go. That happens all the time.
Draw one by CB South, and long shot redirected that one just wide of the cage. It's a hit off a body in front. And from a coach's perspective,
drives you crazy.
Is there anything you say to the player at that point?
Yeah, then you'll get to, well, I wasn't feeling best. So yeah, but you could transition offensively. So if you're not good enough to get back, you got to get a change. Probably the best example in Pittsburgh we ever saw. Remember Malkin was behind the net the one time in the playoffs against the Flyers? And he got up, slowly come back, and they gave it to him, and he unleashed a blistering wrist shot in the top of the circles. Or slap shot, sorry, for a goal in the playoffs. That was probably the best example that I can remember of a forward that making a miraculous recovery and scoring.
BC trying to get in the offensive zone, have a hard time even doing that recently, is Zielmanski, who's really settled into this contest, able to leave it for a defenseman. Now the puck out to center ice. 3:32 left in regulation here from Pegula Ice Arena at Penn State University. It is all CB South. 5 unanswered goals in period number 2 has allowed the Titans to take command of this game. It is now 7-3.
That's such a good pass there by Tack. As a freshman, he's just so savvy. He's going to be quite the player as he continues to grow. His head for the game is really good.
Now he has the puck. Enters the zone, trying to work on the backhand. Can't find anyone with that draw pass, however. That's going to allow Central Buck South to come the other way. Nice move that time by Bechtel. Couldn't get the shot from the tough angle to go, however, but the Titans get it back to the point. Long shot, and we've seen Borghini a lot with that glove. He's done a nice job catching the puck and holding on to it.
So good move by the Canevin coaching staff. Number 37, freshman Darius Legleitner getting a first shift, getting a member of the team, doesn't play a lot, but you're in a state championship, you're giving a little taste of the game. Really good to see. Darius, excellent academically. He had some of the best entrance scores ever at the school. I found out from the principal.
Now a nice save in front by Borghini. Turning shot never makes it through, but he had to be sharp to keep that puck out of the net. As Lucas Krukowski skates back with it. Crusaders stuck in their own zone, nowhere to go with it as Bosnick has it. Be doing a little bit too much skating as he gets it out to center ice. Reminder, we will have an article recapping this contest up. A recap of all 3 games will be on the MSA Sports website, msasports.net. Also, we'll have some photos. Guessing that's where Bob went, I'm hoping.
Yeah, he's roaming, taking some photos. He said he was going to get a little lower with his phone. You know how aggressive he is getting into spots to get the photos.
Doing his best Lee Moan impression as a pass in front of Borghini. Another glove save. Couldn't hang on that time, but was able to stop the puck. And now an outlet pass doesn't connect, but chasing hard is Patrick Frick. He will not be able to catch up to it as it goes for an icing. 1:28 left in this one. There's Bob down there.
He's wandering over to the winning side. He's going to get the money shot for the celebration for the Titans. At 1:28 to go. They're 88 seconds away. Yeah, a lot of there's Dakota Smith getting in for the Crusaders. Gambino got in, so good move by the staff there. Mike Gimmis getting in, getting these guys work hard all season, some ice time in the state championship game.
Puck out to center ice, big collision. One of the, I guess, good things is there hasn't been too much excessive physicality as this game has gotten out of hand, or, for lack of a better term, dirty play.
Right. Good sportsmanship on both sides. It's been just solid hockey.
Although there's a chance that could be changing as the official trying to separate
as we speak
the players, and there's still jawing at each other, but looks like that subsided a bit. Down to the final minute here, 45 seconds left in regulation, and now a hit on Frick behind the play by Matzinger, who's been in the middle of a lot of it. I think they're going to get Matzinger, and indeed they will. The officials at this point, they just want these final 39 seconds to run off. They don't want to have to keep sending guys to the box and try to get into the middle of it, but Matzinger will head to the box.
And as a coach, you're trying to pick out some guys that you know will display some better behavior than others. I got caught with that at the end of last year. One of my guys did something stupid, and everybody came after me like I did it. And I thought he'd be one of the guys not to do something stupid when we lost in the semis against Cathedral Prep.
Interference, the call against Matzinger, who's played a heck of a game.
Nice pass.
It is a nice pass into the zone. That shot misses, though, for Lucas Krukowski, Bishop Canevin, which has been very, very good on the man advantage. Trying to get another goal, and that one just misses on a shot by Bosnick. Final 10 seconds here as the clock continues to wind down. Long shot steered away by Dorozinski. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This one is final. The Pennsylvania Cup Championship goes to the Central Bucks South Titans by the final score of 7-3 as they maul their goalie Kevin Dorozinski. And this one was certainly decided in period number 2. A 5-goal outburst, 5 unanswered for the Titans, allow them to capture their second Pennsylvania Cup championship in 3 years in Class AA. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back to wrap it all up. You're listening to and watching the 2016 Pennsylvania Cup State Championships. It's right here exclusively on the MSA Sports Network.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends on both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the synthetic turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as the FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today, 866-270-6003, or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
Back here to wrap this one up. The final score 7-3 in favor of Central Bucks South as the Titans knock off the Bishop Canevin Crusaders in the 2016 Class AA Pennsylvania Cup Championship, as the teams will be honored here on the ice at Pegula Ice Arena at Penn State University. I'm Sean Meyers alongside Kevin Zielmanski. As a nice round of applause for the Crusaders by their home fans right in front of us. There was a lot of scoring in this one, so we will do the recap now, followed by the 3 stars as Kevin works to complete that. The scoring recap, well, it started off good for Bishop Canevin in the first period. At the 6:45 mark, Daniel Tack, an unassisted tally, made it 1-0 Bishop Canevin, but less than 30 seconds later, Matt Stoll on assist from Jackson Koblake and Connor Matzinger tied it at a goal apiece, that coming with 9:46 left in the frame. Then at 3:51 remaining in that opening period, Lucas Krukowski from Thomas Krivak made it 2-1 in favor of Bishop Canevin, that coming on the power play. The second period, however, things changed, and they changed drastically in favor of Central Bucks South. 5 unanswered goals. Matt Stoll gets the first from Thomas Liberta with 12:25 left. And then Damon De Laurentiis from Jason Bechtel, that coming with 11:58 left to go in period number 2, made it 3-2. The next goal by Bechtel from Jared Conroy and Thomas Liberta with 4:53 left in that stanza. That makes it 4-2, and then Stoll with consecutive goals, the first coming with 2:53 left from Connor Matzinger. Jason Bechtel makes it 5-2. Stoll again, this time from Nick Smith with 1:48 left in the period, makes it 6-2. That was the score as we headed to period number 3. Jacob Kuzma on a power play point shot on assists from Tomas Kruvovsky and Lucas Kruvovsky. That made it 6-3, but the final goal, Ryan Boylan from Jason Koblick That made it 7-3. That coming with 6:01 left in period number 3. That would complete the scoring. Your final score in favor of Central Bucks South, 7-3 over Bishop Canevin, and what a disparity on the shot clock, 43-18 in favor of Central Bucks South. This one really was a dominant performance from period 2 on.
Yeah, the tide really turned in the second period, and I think we identified the moment around when that tide turned, and that was that save that Dorzinski had on Bosnick when Jared Conway blew a tire right in front of the penalty box, gave Bosnick a half-ice breakaway all the way in from the red line. He kind of sized it up. He had the puck in front of him, so that really indicated to the goalie that he wasn't going to shoot. You got to have the side of you for a shoot or deke option, and he had it in front. He deked to the backhand, and Dorzinski went down with the left pad against the post, and Bosnick was not able to elevate over it, and then quickly transitioned, and they got the goal for the Titans, and then they kind of snowballed after that, one after the other, until they had 5. And that second period was just too much for the Crusaders to overcome in the third. Each team got 1 in the third, but there wasn't a lot of action, and it just was kind of playing out the string at that point. So at that point, we can move into the 3 stars. So we're going to do that now?
Absolutely. It will be time for the Management Science Associates 3 stars of the game, and I've given you the task to come up with stars 3 through 1. Who do you have for us?
So I went number 3 for Bishop Canevin, Lucas Krukowski. He had a goal and an assist and was pretty solid for the Crusaders. Number 2 with only 2 assists was defenseman Connor Matzinger, but I just thought his overall play was outstanding on the blue line. And, of course, the number 1 star and the Management Science Associates player of the game for the Titans of Central Bucks South, Matt Stahl with 4 goals, including 3 in the second period.
Again, final score 7-3 in favor of CB South. The Titans hoist their 2nd championship in the past 3 years, and you know what the situation feels like as a former coach of Bishop Canevin. What do you tell your team when you're leaving here and have what's going to equate to be a very long ride back to Pittsburgh?
Yeah, this particular speech in the locker room is the toughest one of all of them every year. The seniors are really upset. They're emotional. You know, I was better of not being emotional earlier in my career. The last few times it's hard. You know, there's tears flowing and you're trying to get through it, and you just want to thank the seniors and wish them luck. Sometimes there's a lot of individual going across or going to each player and hugs and wishing everybody luck. So it's a tough period for like 10, 15 minutes, and then usually they get showered, and the losing team kind of traditionally waits for each other, and then they'll walk out as a team. That's always important to do. So this is going to be Kevin's first go at doing this at the end. But look, you can't say much more about the Crusaders this year. When I left this team in May, I was part of the conversations in the spring about whether there were enough players to have a team. Do they need to go co-op? You fast forward from the spring of last year to right now on March 19th, nobody associated with Canevin was thinking that this is going to happen. Not only did they qualify for the playoffs, they get on a streak. They add their 8th Penguin Cup ever. So yes, this is a disappointment way to close out the season with a loss in the state finals again. But numerous things to have pride in this season for the 2015-16 Bishop Canevin team.
And the Crusaders finished with a mark of 18-7-1 this season, including, as you mentioned, Kevin, the Penguins Cup Championship. So even though the season at the state level, the Pennsylvania Cup, does not finish the way the Crusaders like, they're always going to look back and have their name etched in stone as the Penguins Cup champion. Unfortunately, they could not complete the task here today at Pegula Ice Arena, as it is a 7-3 victory in favor of Central Bucks South, the 2nd time in 3 years that the Titans knock off the Crusaders in the Pennsylvania Cup Championship. Well, that's going to do it here from the Pegula Ice Arena. So far, the Flyers Cup champions are 2 for 2. We'll see if that changes in the AAA contest. That one's slated for a 5 o'clock start time. Kevin will stay here on the headset. He'll be joined by Bob Orquist. But that's going to do it here for the Class AA Championship. For my partner, Kevin Zielmanski, this is Sean Meyers signing off. I want to thank Jess Leva, the great job she did, as always, manning the camera. But the final score in this one, 7-3, Central Bucks South. The Titans claim the 2016 Class AA Penguins Pennsylvania Cup Championship over the Penguins Cup champion Bishop Canevin Crusaders. That's going to do it. Thank you for tuning in. Whether you've been listening or watching, you have caught it all here. The 2016 Pennsylvania Cup Championship on the MSA Sports Network. Good night, everybody.
You have been listening to exclusive coverage of the 2016 Pennsylvania Cup State High School Hockey Championships at MSASports.net, sponsored by First Commonwealth Bank, by Carlow University, by ProGrass, by Dunkin' Donuts, by J&J Distributing, by the Mount Lebanon Ice Arena, by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Hockey League, and by Management Science Associates. You can go back and listen to archive broadcasts of the Penguins Cup playoffs with all the results by logging on to www.msasports.net. The preceding has been a special presentation of the Management Science Associates Sports Network.